Happy Friday, everybody. Meteorologist Hunter Forst here with the Weather Desk, the streaming show we do every day, Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock. I hope everybody, had a great holiday, a great new year. It certainly was a chilly start to the new year for a lot of us, and the cold weather's not going away as we head into the next week or so. A lot of us on the eastern half of the U.S. are going to stay pretty chilly, and we have a few good things we're going to talk about. Well, if you like snow, some good things. We have a winter storm for the middle of the country, going to bring some ice as well, wintry mix from Kansas all the way towards Kentucky into Virginia, up into areas of the Northeast as well. But once that system passes through, even colder air will be on the way for a lot of us here in the eastern half of the United States. I'm over in Norfolk, Virginia at 13 News Now, and we're going to see some wintry mix come through heading here Sunday night into Monday, but it is looking like a lot of us will see more rain than snow, especially in areas in eastern North Carolina and the Hampton Roads area. That rain-snow line going to be more up towards the north, and we'll take a closer look at that, what we should expect here in Hampton Roads as we head into Sunday night and into Monday as well. So let's get cracking on the first topic, the snow and ice for the middle of the country. It's going to bring a lot of travel issues to this area of the country. Could see a lot of ice, a good amount of snow as well. And even once that storm pushes out, the cold air is going to stick around. So it's going to take a while for that ice to melt. So let's take a look at the satellite and radar right now. And you'll notice there's really not a whole lot going on in the middle of the country right now, which is, some good news. We still have some snow in areas around Ohio, West Virginia. A lot of lake effect snow in these areas will be heading their way over the next couple of days. A system out towards the Pacific Northwest, and that's actually where our next system will be coming from. A low pressure system is going to kind of form and swoop down towards the middle half of the United States. But here's that snow right there in West Virginia and areas of Kentucky, Pennsylvania as well. A lot of lake effect snow in areas of the Northeast. And here's this system out towards the Pacific Northwest, bringing a lot of rain to Northern California, parts of Oregon and Washington as well. So as we take a look at the European model, you'll notice that system swooping down towards the middle half of the United States. Center of low pressure looking like it'll end up in areas of Oklahoma, bringing much more snow to areas more up towards the north. So Kansas, Omaha, Nebraska, southern Iowa, areas of northern Missouri. But you'll notice this pink. A lot of ice is possible with this storm, and then more areas down to the south getting in on that rain. So Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, areas of western Tennessee as well. But as this progresses more towards the east, all of that ice progresses towards the east as well, and so does the snow. So everywhere from Kansas, even over towards West Virginia, getting in on this snow. I mean, this is a pretty big system, expands, hundreds of miles as it continues to grow heading into the weekend, and looking like it'll be pretty windy as well. These isobars, lines of equal pressure, if they're closer together, that really just means that there's going to be, windy conditions with this system. It'll continue to progress towards the east as we head into late Sunday and Monday morning. And you'll notice if you're here in Norfolk, that rain line is more up towards the north. So we'll get in on more of that rain rather than snow as we head into Monday. Could see a wintry mix Sunday night, but again, Monday morning, Monday afternoon, we'll see more rain. But on the back end, we could see some snow as we head into late Monday as that colder air filters in from behind the system. But we do have winter storm watches, warnings, and a few advisories from areas all the way in Kansas, southern Nebraska, all the way to areas around Ohio. So a lot of warnings expanding, throughout the central half of the United States. So a lot of people under these winter weather advisories, and even some advisories up into Pennsylvania, even over towards Washington as well. North Dakota, South Dakota, a lot of people are going to be getting in on this snowstorm. So let's take a look at the snowfall potential for some of these areas. So Kansas City, for example, looking like you'll see a good amount of snow with this system, saying 18 to 24 inches, maybe 24 to 36 inches in a few areas. A lot of snow coming down for this major city. Couple of feet of snow that will bring, a lot of issues towards the city. But look at this swath of large amounts of snow, all the way from Illinois, all the way through Missouri into Kansas and up into parts of Nebraska as well. Of course, less down towards the south because they'll be getting more ice and rain, and then the snow not expanding all the way up towards the north. But areas out towards the east, parts of Virginia, West Virginia, and a lot of lake effect snow in areas of New York, you guys could see up there anywhere from 12 to 18, maybe 18 to 24 inches. But of course, a little bit less in areas around the eastern shore, Hampton Roads, Norfolk area, but more out towards portions of Western Virginia when that system starts to come through. But here is really the major issue. It's the ice with this storm. This is parts of Kansas. This is just south of Kansas City, the south and the west. Close to a half an inch of ice accumulation in Madison, Kansas. Burlington, Garnett, 0.3, 0.2 inches of ice. El Dorado, 0.42 inches of ice. That's a good amount of ice. And especially when you have more than a half an inch of ice, that could bring, some devastating effects to some of these areas. This is Western Kentucky. Would be kind of catastrophic in a few areas if some of these areas are seeing over an inch of ice. Just picture that, an inch of ice, in your backyard, accumulating on trees, on power lines. It gets so heavy, it'll bring down trees, power lines. It'll be a ton of power outages in this area if this was to come to fruition. 0.87 inches in New Cypress, almost an inch in Eddyville, Morganfield, a half an inch of ice, and even down towards areas of Nashville could see almost a quarter inch of ice with this storm, which really, if there's any ice out on the roads, no matter how thick it is dangerous because no car can get through ice, no matter how good your driving skills are. Driving on any ice, walking on ice is dangerous no matter, how thick that ice is. As we take a look at the impacts of ice, a quarter of an inch or less. So you're going to want to avoid unnecessary travel. That's why you want to go to the grocery store before the storm hits. You don't want to get stuck, in your house without any food, and then you have to head to the grocery store during an ice storm. You certainly don't want to do that. Light ice on trees and scattered power outages are possible. Once we get up to a half an inch, you have major icy roads, so it's dangerous to travel. Broken tree limbs are possible, and when you get those broken tree limbs, they're falling down on the power lines. So then that's when you get numerous power outages, and we are seeing a quarter to a half inch of ice in a lot of these areas. But like we were talking about Western Kentucky, over a half an inch to an inch of ice is possible. So roads are dangerous or even impassable. Can't get anywhere if you have that much ice on the roads. Widespread tree damage. If you have that much ice on trees, not only are their limbs coming off, but it could take down tall trees with all of that ice, and long-term outages are possible. When you have tons of trees coming down on all of these power lines, it takes a long time to fix. So certainly going to be a major issue if parts of Western Kentucky are seeing up to an inch of ice in a short period of time. It's not going to be good news. And especially if you have to travel during all of this, heading into midday or an early day on Sunday, travel will have major issues in parts of Kansas, all the way into Missouri, St. Louis, Cincinnati, southern Indiana, especially in areas of Kentucky, midday on Sunday. The travel anywhere really throughout the Midwest into the Ohio, Tennessee valleys are going to be rough. Late Sunday, heading into Monday, those major areas where you don't want to travel will progress all the way towards the east. Now let's take a look at the precipitation types and what causes this ice to really be falling on the ground. It's freezing rain. That's where you get all of this ice. You have a thin layer of cold air just above the surface. So you have rain falling from the clouds, and as soon as it gets to that thin layer of cold air, it freezes on contact on anything it falls on. So whether it's trees, the roads, your car, anything, it freezes instantly, and it's super, super dangerous and can add up quickly. For sleet, you have more larger cold air layer, so the snow can actually refreeze before it hits the ground, so then that's why you get those pellets in sleet. And for snow, it's just cold air through and through from cloud down to the ground. That's how you get snow. So the rain can start off, or the precipitation can start off as rain in the clouds, and then it's freezing all the way down, and then that's how you get snow from cloud to ground. And as we take a look at black ice, you're just going to want to drive slow. Got to keep the steering wheel straight. If you're going all over the road, do not brake and take your foot off the accelerator to slow down. You also don't want to slam on your brakes, because that could also make you lose control if you are driving on ice. Now, as we take a look at, we're going to see for our next topic, the cold air is going to stick around even after this storm moves out. So that's not great news, because it's going to take much longer for all of that ice to melt in some of those areas in the Midwest, especially in areas of western Kentucky. So here are the current temperatures out there right now throughout the U.S., kind of what you would expect for the beginning of January. We're seeing 20s, 30s, warmer in areas down towards the south, a little bit cool in Orlando, about 52 degrees, -2 in Bismarck, 20s and 30s in New England, but really nothing popping out. But a lot of cold air is up towards the north in Canada. We're seeing -20, -30, close to -40 degree temperatures all the way up there. And take a look at Alaska, Fairbanks, -36 degrees. It's 5 in Anchorage, but Juneau is sitting at 24 degrees, so much more comfortable over there. But again, it is really, really cold over in Alaska. Over towards portions of eastern Canada, upper 30s to around 40 degrees, so still pretty comfortable there. Montreal sitting at 23 degrees, but here is the departure from normal. So the temperatures you'll see a lot of the blue making its way into the area heading into the weekend, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So the dark blues are indicating 15 to 20, maybe even 25 degrees below average for the entire eastern half of the United States. And this is kind of the pattern we've been seeing for the last month or even 2 months. The eastern half of the U.S. has just been chilly, chilly, and chilly. And it's going to stay cold really for the next couple of, at least week into the next 2 weeks. Taking a look at the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook until the 17th, still, even that far ahead, a lot of the eastern half of the U.S. below average, especially from New York down to Norfolk, even into portions of very south. Florida going to be seeing colder than average temperatures. So let's take a look out there right now, heading into Saturday morning. Take a look at Bismarck, -10. These are actual temperatures below at freezing down towards Atlanta, 22 in Kansas City. And as we head into early Sunday morning, you'll see that cold air progressing down towards the south. By the time we get into Sunday afternoon, it's only 18 in Kansas. It's 32 in Nashville. So this is when the storm is coming through this area. So you'll see when all that ice falls, there's not a lot of warm air to melt any of this ice that falls. Kansas City at 12, Sunday night 16 in Oklahoma City, Kansas at 5, Kansas City at 5, 27 in Chicago, 32 in Nashville. And then the cold air continues to progress towards the east as we head into the start of the work week next week. Kansas City still in the teens for actual temperatures, even heading into the afternoon. By Monday night, they're down to 8. It's 27 in Nashville. Look at Mississippi, Jackson at 32, 29 in Atlanta, 36 in Charlotte, 25 in Washington. And by the time we get into Tuesday morning, Kansas City is at -8 degrees. It's 32 degrees in Jacksonville, Florida, 24 in Jackson, Mississippi, 26 in Atlanta, 25 in Norfolk, 20 degrees up in Boston. And it's still getting chilly as we head towards the middle of next week as well. Kansas City will still be in below zero, still in the 20s in Mississippi, 26 in Atlanta, still in the 30s in parts of North Florida, and mid-20s for Norfolk. Bismarck sitting at 10. So that's a little bit better than all of those negative numbers they've been seeing throughout the last couple of weeks. And by the time we get into Wednesday afternoon, temperatures rising a bit for some of us, but not a lot. Even by next Thursday morning, Kansas City is still in the negative digits, and a lot of cold air in areas of the Northeast and parts of the Ohio Valley. 12 in Canton, Ohio, 13 degrees in the capital, Washington, D.C., 22 in Norfolk. Still below freezing in areas of North Florida. So it is going to be a chilly next couple of weeks for a lot of us. And Atlanta still sitting in the mid to low 30s and mid to upper 20s for a lot of the upcoming mornings. And Kansas City finally by the end of next week getting out of the negative numbers before drooping back down again by next weekend, being around -10 degrees. So just a lot of cold air will be in play for a while. Now we're going to continue to watch the storm for areas of the Hampton Roads area. This will swing through Sunday night, heading into Monday morning and Monday afternoon. So you'll see here Monday at 2 o'clock, we're above freezing in Norfolk. So most likely a lot of us will be seeing rain from the south side into eastern portions of North Carolina. A wintry mix in areas, in the northern peninsula, northern neck, some snow in portions of the eastern shore as well. But by the time we get to late morning, you'll notice that rain snow line pushes even more up towards the north, including the eastern shore and areas of the northern neck as well. The snow really stays up towards D.C., Delaware, Maryland. So it's looking like they'll see a lot of snow because they're really not going to get that rain snow mix like we will here in the Hampton Roads area. By the time we get into Monday evening, Monday night, we could see a switch back over to a mix and some snow as we head into late Monday, early Tuesday morning, because we're going to see some colder air filtering in. So that could turn that rain we're seeing back into a wintry mix and some snow. So there's a chance we could see a little bit or some minor accumulation of snow as we head towards the end of the system late Monday night. So here's what to expect Sunday night into Monday. Wintry mix south and snow more up towards the north on Sunday night. Switching over to all rain for a lot of us, especially late Monday morning, lingering into the afternoon. But by the time we get into Monday night and Monday evening, we could see that switch back over to a mix and some snow as well as we head into Monday night and early Tuesday morning. And then by the time you're heading to work on Tuesday morning, late Tuesday morning, we should be in the clear, but temperatures will be chilly. Here's the rainfall or the snowfall potential for the GFS model. This is really on the back end of that system. So not looking like a whole lot, but if we do see 0.3 inches of snow at Norfolk International, that will break our no snow streak of over 1,000 days. It's been a long time without any snow, really none for areas of eastern North Carolina, maybe 1/10 of an inch in north areas of North Carolina and the Husky, a little bit more in areas around Richmond and West Point in the eastern shore, possibly over an inch. This isn't meaning that this is going to happen. This is just one model's prediction of what may happen on the back end of that system. But again, there is that chance we could see, a 1/2 inch to maybe an inch for some of these areas. But the ground's going to be a bit warm as well, so it's going to be hard for this to stick. And we're going to be seeing a lot of rain that day before, so the ground's going to be super wet. So I think it'd be hard for us to get some of this accumulation. But again, that chance is there, and higher chances, of course, for areas up towards the north to see some of that rain. Here's the European model, kind of similar. Less than a half an inch for areas of the south side and eastern North Carolina. Looking like a little bit more in around Richmond and northern portions of the eastern shore. They're saying 6 to 12. I think that's a little high. I don't think we'll see that much in those areas. And even areas around Williamsburg, just to the north, 3 to 6 inches. Again, that seems to be a bit high because, that rain snow line is going to be well up more towards the north as we head into Monday morning and Monday afternoon before we get that snow on the back end of the system. But the good news is if you're doing anything out there right now, if you have any plans this Friday, it's just looking a little bit cloudy on our Priority Automotive cam. Temperatures are sitting in the upper 30s to right around 40 degrees. The breeze has come down a bit, but it should start to pick back up as we head later into the afternoon out of the west-southwest at about 5 miles per hour. Right now, currently, the wind chill sitting in the low to mid 30s, so not the worst wind chills we've ever seen, feeling like 36 in Norfolk, 37 in Manteo, 35 in Wakefield, 38 degrees over in West Point. And throughout the day today, temperatures getting into the upper 40s to right around 50 degrees. But again, by the time we get into the evening hours, we have a slight chance to see an isolated shower, maybe even a sprinkle of snow flurries as well. And then those temperatures dropping back into the upper 30s by about 10 o'clock. So here's a closer look at what we can expect today. Franklin, Suffolk, Chesapeake, upper 40s to right around 50 degrees. 46 in Norfolk, Virginia Beach sitting at about 50 degrees. And for the eastern shore, a little bit cooler, mid 40s for a lot of us. It's 46 in Sunnybank and Chincoteague as well. Cape Charles sitting at 47, 50 in Hampton, 50 in Newport News, 49 degrees over in Gloucester for a high today. North Carolina, a few degrees warmer than everybody else. Lower 50s in Hertford and Elizabeth City sitting at about 52 degrees. Manteo about 49, cloudy, 48. And Kill Devil Hills and Edenton sitting at about 52 degrees as well. Tonight, it's going to be chilly, another chilly one. Temperatures in the upper 20s, and it's going to be breezy. Could see gusts up to about 30 miles per hour, so that's going to be making it feel much colder, especially when we're waking up Saturday morning to start off our day. It's going to be feeling like the upper teens and lower 20s for a lot of us, and going to be feeling like the mid 20s throughout the entire day on Saturday. Even though the air temperature will be in the upper 30s, it certainly won't be feeling like that. Here's our future radar heading into the afternoon. We're staying cloudy, temperatures in the mid 40s, and as we get later into the evening, you'll notice some of these showers making their way into the area by about 5, 6 o'clock. A chance we could see maybe a few wet snowflakes incorporated with these as well, but we should clear out by the time we get to about 8, 9 o'clock tonight. Temperatures dropping back into the lower 30s by the time we get to about 10 o'clock. Overnight tonight, we stay in the upper 20s to lower 30s. So waking up Saturday morning, it's going to be chilly, but clear skies. We'll see a good amount of sunshine to start off our weekend, but it will be feeling cooler than this with that breeze in the upper teens to low 20s for a lot of the area. Saturday, 38 degrees, plenty of sunshine throughout the day, but it's going to be cold. Heading into Sunday, even colder to start off our morning. It'll be in the mid 20s, probably be feeling a little bit cooler than that, but it should be a little less breezy heading into Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon. High temperatures in the lower 40s, so a few degrees warmer, and we'll stay dry for most of the day on Sunday. So if you have any plans, things should be fine. But once we get to about 9, 10, 11 o'clock Sunday night, that's when we'll start to see that system moving through, bringing us that rain and wintry mix and snow in areas more towards the north. Here's the temperature trend as well. Colder temperatures are coming, and they're kind of here to stay. So over the next couple of days, our coldest day will be Saturday. Heading into the weekend, we warm up a bit, but still well below average for Sunday and Monday. But then once that system pushes through, it drags in much colder air, and we're in the 30s for a while. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe even next Sunday as well. At least looking like the lower 40s right now. So 10, 12, close to 15 degrees below where we should be for a couple of days next week. And these are just the high temperatures, not even the low temperatures. It's going to be a cold next couple of days. So again, for Saturday, 38 degrees. It's going to be a chilly one to start off our weekend. And the 7-day forecast, not the best we've ever seen. At least it'll be sunny for Saturday, 38, but cold. Sunday, that's when that wintry mix starts to move in. Temperatures drooping into the lower 40s by the afternoon, upper 40s by Monday afternoon. That's why it's looking like a lot of us will see rain really for most of it as we head into Monday morning and Monday afternoon. But we could see that switch back on over to a mix or snow heading later into Monday night. But we clear out for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But temperatures are cold, only staying in the mid to upper 30s for a lot of us. If you want to find me on social media, you certainly can. Meteorologist Hunter Forst on Facebook, Instagram, Hunter Forst, HUNNER FORST for the 13 News Now station here in Norfolk, Virginia. Here's the 13 News Now weather team, a great team here at 13 News Now. And again, thank you for watching the Weather Desk every day, Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock. We'll be back here on Monday in just a couple of days.